The Cannabis Show is for information only. You should always consult with a qualified and licensed physician or other medical care provider.
Welcome to The Cannabis Show. Today we are joined by Afria, a licensed producer out of Leamington, Ontario. Basil shares one of his buds with us, and we check out the Utilian 420. Keep watching.
This is Basil's Buds, where I talk about someone awesome who I wish was my bud. Danny Danko is a senior editor for the High Times Empire, a cannabis culture media entity who started out as a magazine and has flourished into basically every other form that media could embody. He has penned books including the official High Times Field Guide to Marijuana Strains. He has written boatloads of notable articles on growing cannabis, as well as cannabis culture in general. Danny even provides us with the very popular podcast, Free Weed from Danny Danko. Seasoned growers, newly discovered green thumbs, and everyone in between have benefited from this man's knowledge. But all things growing aside, Danny Danko just seems like the nicest, most humble guy in the world. Watch his YouTube video where he has taught thousands of people how to roll a joint, and tell me you wouldn't want to be buds with that guy.
Hi, I'm Chris Ford with The Cannabis Show, and we have a very special guest, Rena from Afria. Did I say that right?
Not quite, but it's okay.
How would you say it?
Afria.
Okay, Afria. We get a lot of patients coming in. I'm with Afria.
It's okay. It's tomato. We love everybody.
And they don't sound that disgruntled. Now, Afria is located in Leamington, Ontario. Why are you guys way down there? Now, that on Ontario, that's the very southern point, right?
Yeah. So the most southern tip, we get a lot of sun. Afria is greenhouse grown, so we use 100% of sunlight. Very much to our advantage because we're at the southern tip, we get the most sun. Also greenhouse capital of Canada.
Nice. So how many greenhouses do you guys have?
Currently, right now, we're expanding. So we were at 44,000 square feet in May. We got a Health Canada approval. Now we're at 100,000 square feet. But as we continue to grow, once our plans and phases are all said and done, we'll be growing into 1 million square feet.
Oh, geez. Okay. Yeah. Wow. So that's a lot of greenhouses then.
It is, yeah.
Now, how long has Afria been around?
Since 2014.
Okay.
It's been a long time. I believe, I don't know, don't quote me on this. I think we were the 13th licensed producer, but the first greenhouse.
Oh.
Yeah.
And of course you would have a greenhouse. Yeah, I think there's like over 30 LPs now, but so I guess you guys are like the dinosaur.
I would say so, yeah.
Now, kind of a broad question, but really how many strains does Afria have now, or I guess what would you specialize in?
So we have a variety of strains. We have a lineup of 4 very consistent oil products, 1 high in THC sativa, 1 high THC indica, a balanced, and a high CBD oil. And then we have a handful of dried bud strains. So what we have done is, we are very big on patient feedback. And so, we're gathering this patient feedback to see what our strains and our terpene profiles are helping with our patients. And we stick to those strains, and we're, focus on mastering those strains and making sure that the strains that we are growing are going to be suitable for all our medicinal patients.
Excellent. I really like the Treasure Island, the CBD. Oh, what a lovely strain that is.
Yeah, we've been getting great feedback.
Yeah, that's a good one for sure. There's a lot of talk around pesticides and the safety around medicine. And so, with the Afria product, how safe is it in comparison to like a dispensary that's on the illegal market?
So it's extremely safe. We do not use any banned pesticides under Health Canada's list. I'm sure you're aware that baking soda is considered a pesticide, but as far as the ones that are banned for human consumption, we have not used them, nor will we ever use them. We hold ourselves at a very high standard to be able to give patients a safe and consistent medication, because at the end of the day, we are dealing with patients who have chronic ailments or who have, potentially compromised immune systems. So we want to be able to give them very, very safe cannabis.
And really, I'm sure it's probably even safer than vegetables that you buy off the street, the cannabis, right?
Yeah. So there's certain pesticides that they're there are vegetables and in cannabis as well, but we're very careful in making sure that. So to put it in perspective, we hand mix our soil ourselves.
Oh, okay.
The reason why we do this is because then we can track it to know exactly what's in the plant from when it's a baby to when it's its full-grown adult. So we know what the plant is getting and then what the patient is getting.
So, as you're saying all this, I guess it's quite strict when you're going around the Afria plant or the greenhouses.
Yeah.
I guess like when you go room to room, are like people like, they all suited up and such?
Oh, I would be comfortable licking the floor of our facility. It's that clean.
Might hold you to that. No, just kidding. Now, if there's one thing that you could make sure your parents knew about Afria, what would it be?
So the one thing that we want to really get across is that we would never and have never compromised the quality of our product. So, as the industry is, very, very rapidly expanding, and there's a high demand from patients, and, we are making sure that whatever we do, our practices and our growing practices are only going to get better. And so we don't want to compromise the type of medications patients are going to get just to push product out the door. We want to ensure that the product we're getting out the door is safe medicine and the top of the line medicine, so that these patients, once they receive it, they don't feel like they've been shafted or, scammed in any type of way. So regardless of where the industry goes, we're always going to hold ourselves at a very high standard and make sure that as everything is rapidly expanding around us, we are very loyal to our growing practices and our safety practices.
Excellent. Well, I love the Afria product. So yeah, you're all good
Thank
there. Rena, thank you so much for coming out here. I know you just got off the plane not too long ago. Afria.ca, right? That's your website?
Yes.
Yeah, so next time you come by, ask one of our bud geniuses and we could look into Afria as well.
Dosing with oil can be confusing in a milliliter versus grams type of way. Say your NHS doc gave you a medical document for 2 grams a day, and so you've purchased a 1-to-1 balanced blend through your licensed producer. When you get the oil, the label will read 2 grams a day. That's not what they said at NHS. You think back to your driver's ed course and try to remember if you stop for the policeman and ignore the stop sign. How does that work? You'll find the answer on our website suggested dosing schedule, approved by our doctors. No matter how much you weigh or how ill you're feeling, you'll more than likely start with 0.1 mil. You may do that several times a day. And if that's not helping after a few days, you may bump it up as per the suggested chart. Repeat the process until you reach what is your, oh, I get it, day. Don't forget to journal. Write it all down. Time of day, amount of oil, along with maybe the amount you've slept or ate, or your mood or pain level at the time that you took the oil. Get to know your system. Studies have shown that about 20% of the population systems can't metabolize opiates or cannabis oil. If you've titrated up to, say, a milliliter in a dose and you aren't feeling any effects, you may be in that 20%. The good news is that you can try vaping it. And vaping is basically boiling, not smoking. Whether it's CBD, balanced blend, or THC that you're using, you'll find them all in oil or dried flower.
Hi, and welcome to Ganja Gadgets. I'm Chris, this is Basil. Really exciting, the NHS starter kit for beginners. And we got all the tools here. And quickly, Basil, why don't you just quickly summarize some of the stuff that comes in this starter kit?
Absolutely. I mean, we have the essentials for you. We've got your smoke buddy, your metal grinder. We've also got a logbook. Tweet has given us a logbook so that we can allow you to keep track of what you're doing.
They're very, very important, especially for beginners or using CBD and such, because you want to know how much you're using when you can start to feel, the effects working type deal.
That's
so,
right.
You definitely want to use that. Continue. What else you got?
We've thrown a cleaning kit in there. So the cleaning solution in there, this thing is non-alcoholic, so it's great to use for your plastic, your O-rings, as well as your glass parts for your vaporizer. It comes along with some grime wipes and some grime sticks. So these are pre-saturated with a cleaning solution to allow you to clean on the go.
Really nice and easy, yeah. And also we got like a pinned terpene oil sample.
Yeah, so we're on a big kick for terpenes. We know it's a major part of your medicine. So this is extracted terpenes, they're like essential oils. You can use them in many ways to help intensify or add to your effects of your cannabis.
Yeah, very cool. And a Rudy.com sticker as well. Rudy.com spelled with 2 O's and 2 T's. check it out. It's got like really a lot of great news on medical cannabis and such in Canada. And of course, the big kahuna of this NHS starter kit is the Utilian 420.
So the Utilian 420, it's a nice small machine. It is a lower retail value, but it's a high quality vaporizer. It's got the ceramic chamber in there. It's got 4 preset temperatures. The display is up on top, so it's easy to see while you're vaporizing. Glass mouthpiece and a nice little stash spot in the bottom to hide your glass.
Excellent. I love the curve of it too. It goes nice and easy in the pocket.
Yeah, fits in a pocket, fits in your hand well.
Wow, those vapes are going a long way. Awesome, Basil. Yeah, the NHS Starter Kit is in select natural health services places right now. So next time you're at an education center, maybe they have one for you. Thanks for watching. And remember, for any updates or news stories or anything like that, you can always check out naturalhealthservices.ca.